So hey, how's it going, everyone? The Sham here, and today I'm gonna be continuing the second part to the Skyblock, the Great Potato War saga that was recommended to by Shanna. So shout out to Shanna for giving me the recommendation, and obviously like it's a three-part saga video, and obviously like from the first one, it did seem kind of confusing in a way because it was like showcasing like a bunch of stuff from like Minecraft, but I think it's like a Minecraft esque type of vibe, but like it's like a different like mod, I think. And obviously like the potatoes and just the amount and all this other stuff, like it was interesting seeing how Technoblade's what's it called, his progress went over time. And obviously like he reached the top, but there's apparently two more parts, and I kind of want to see what's gonna happen now that he became number one. What's next for him now in this Great Potato War that he's talking about? But before I do that, let me hit that intro so we can start this video. Gonna be like the very short one because like the first part was a little bit longer. It was like almost like around 20 minutes, but like the third part was gonna be 20 minutes. So basically, this is gonna be two more videos of this. But obviously, like we have a new farm that he's making, and damn, this look like overly big. It's like bigger than the other his dome that he made. But let's see.
The other day I was farming potatoes by hand when a man visited my island and asked,
Look at that.
"Why? Didn't you already win the potato war?" But
Exactly.
no, the potato wars never ended. To understand how things ended up like this, we've
Ooh,
got to go back to
the gold
November.
armor.
When I dethroned Squid Kid and became the #1 potato farmer in
Mm-hmm.
Skyblock, I went to
Yeah.
his island and laughed at him for half an hour. Then my
Half an
co-op member
hour?
showed up, and we all started laughing at him. It was
Oh
not a
damn.
good day for
Like
Squid Kid. He updated it.
number two. Leave
And then
this
I
kid
left.
alone.
Squid warned me that he wasn't giving up on rank #1, but I didn't care, so I uploaded the
Mm.
Great Potato War. But in the days after that, I did nothing. I'd spent so long working to become #1.
Mm-hmm.
Now that I had done it,
He's like,
I
I should take a
I didn't
rest
feel
now.
anything at all. I had no idea what to do with myself.
He
I
was
mean, the video
Thanos
did
in
all
it
right, but not
after he
nearly
did the
enough to
snap.
justify the time I had spent on it. And after I uploaded it, so many people started using potato minions that the price of potatoes dropped 30% in the auction house. My
Ooh.
plans to become rich had failed both in-game and in real life, but at least I had my potato rank. But when I
Hmm.
visited Squid Kid's island 3 days later, what I found
What
shocked me.
the
He had
heck?
23 minion slots. Now, when I made the Great Potato War, some people
It's like,
criticized me for violating Sun Tzu's most basic tenet. Whatever you do, don't reveal all your techniques in a YouTube video. You fool. You moron. But my belief that the potato war was already over hadn't been baseless. Between my 3 extra minion slots, most of Squid's minions not being max level, and the price of catalysts skyrocketing due to needing the same materials as a new quest, Squid Kid
ah.
would need almost 100 million coins to catch up. And I knew
Hmm.
for a fact he was broke. I decided to do some investigative journalism. I'd seen a new sign on Squid's Island advertising his new
Oh.
guild. So I did what any normal person would
He's
do
gonna
and
try
bought
to get
another
more
alt
people to
account,
join
and then
him.
I infiltrated the guild. But what I found confirmed my worst fears. People were helping Squid Kid. I'd
Exactly, that's
cyberbullied
what I was like
Squid
saying. It
too
was like
hard.
they're
People
probably
had
gonna
seen
help
the
him now
video, felt
if he's
bad, and
getting
gone
guilds.
to his island to hand him the spare items he needed to make more slots, or in some cases just pay him millions of coins, all with the
Jeez.
express purpose of defeating Technoblade once and for all. Now, I can't complain about other people getting free stuff, but watching tens of millions get given to my arch
It
nemesis
actually looks sick
by
to
my
see it.
own viewers, it was a bra moment. In a week, he had a farm
The
even
background looks
stronger than
amazing.
my
Like,
own. My
it's
worst
like
fears had
the
been
sun
realized.
and like the
Squid
moon.
was catching up. If I wanted to remain #1, I had to act fast. Once
Mm.
more, I consulted the wisdom of ancient times. Let your plans be dark and impenetrable as night, and when you move, fall like a thunderbolt. I couldn't let Squid learn of my plan, so I boarded up the potato dome. I
Top
hired
secret, no
goons and
potatoes.
swore them to secrecy. I knew Squid would be monitoring my actions, so I started an SMP series to throw him off the trail. And like that, I began my plan. I knew there was only one way to defeat Squid once and for all, by building a farm so powerful it reached the theoretical potato limit. And to do that,
Ooh.
I would have to do something no solo player had ever done before.
Which is?
Unlock the 24th minion slot. It wasn't going to be easy. Fortunately, I'd already reached 100 million coins
banker,
by selling
and it's
potatoes
Steve.
before prices had fallen. I paid my goons to start gathering the resources we needed, whether that was by purchasing directly from NPCs or scouring the auction house 24/7.
That's
In
a
the
lot of
meantime, I headed
emeralds.
to the Spider's Den, where I fought Tier 4 Tarantula
Jeez.
bosses until I reached Spider Slayer 5, unlocking the Tarantula minion, which gave several new minion crafts. Progress was steady, but we soon encountered an obstacle. Enchanted mutton. It was such a useless item that even if you had the money to pay for it, nobody was selling it on the auction house. I had to go on a manhunt to find someone who was actually using sheep minions so I could trade for it directly. But we finally got all the materials we need to craft. Just look at this. It's beautiful. It's so
everything.
organized. These
Like
are,
all
these
the
are
chests.
enough to make 50 unique crafts, and then we'll have 24 minion slots. So we're just gonna speed up the craft in here.
Took 45 minutes to edit. Jeez.
We did it, boys! The 24th minion was up, and my farm was now producing 1,067,000 potatoes.
Now it's
per day.
1 million.
I now had the maximum
That's
number of
crazy.
minions, but if I wanted
So
to
many
make the
potatoes.
greatest possible potato farm, there was still one upgrade I needed to get. An upgrade even dumber than all the past upgrades combined. Unfortunately, the website I used to stock Squid Kid's auction bids revealed that he was already working on it. I had no other choice. I once said that the most useless item in the game is a minion expander, but that was before I learned about the flycatcher. The flycatcher is an upgrade which increased minion speed by 10%, 5% more than the minion expanders I was currently using. Oh, but Technoblade, that sounds great. Wrong. You would not believe how difficult it is to make a flycatcher. First, you need a fly swatter, which drops from less than 1% of high-level tarantula bosses, and then you need over 10 million coins worth of tarantula silk. To give you guys a quick visual
That's a lot
of
of
how many
spiders to kill,
materials
right?
we're gonna need some of this, a little bit of this too, some of this, some of that, some of these,
Jeez.
and a little bit of that. And if we combine all of that together, we can make one flycatcher. I need 24 of these. It was a daunting task, but I knew we had to start immediately. I'd been stalking Squid Kid's Twitter, so I knew he was a college student, and it was late November. Exam season. Squid Kid would be at his weakest. We had to get as many flycatchers as we could before winter break. I once more gathered my goons and ordered them to acquire the materials. My main problem was money. I still had a few tens of millions of coins left over, but if I wanted 24 flycatchers, that wasn't even close to enough. Fortunately, the potato dome was making over 3 million coins per day, not including the cost of buying catalysts, which was not an issue for me. Remember when I flexed on all of you with my chest full of catalysts?
No,
yeah, I'm gonna be real with you guys. I was holding back. One of the things I did to raise money was grind candy during spooky festivals, which is how I unlocked this skeleton horse pet, which was a huge flex back in November, and now nobody cares at all. But the important thing about this skeleton horse pet is that there's actually a bug that most people don't know about. The skeleton horse can trample crops on other people's islands. Just kidding. I'd never do something like that. Because I'm a good person. It turns out it's really easy to glitch through doors, so the people visited my island formed an orderly queue to wait their turn to break into the dome. This community is the worst. Getting tarantula silk was taking weeks, but getting the fly swatters was actually quite easy. Sure, it's an incredibly rare boss drop, but the thing is it's only useful for making flycatchers, an item which literally only 2 people on the server were going for, which is how my alt account ended up in a bidding war with Squid Kid. Why did he sent me a party invite? Now he's in the guild chat, Pomme de terre. And I've been kicked. The people breaking into the dome have now started a potato cult. I don't know how to feel about this. It ended up taking 5 weeks of constant grinding, but on Christmas Eve, we finally had 24 flycatchers. This was largely thanks to this man who used his expert business skills to outsource the work to dozens of Skyblock tryhards, ultimately contributing 3,000 stacks of tarantula webs, for which I paid over 100 million coins. We'd finally done it. We'd created the strongest possible potato farm, producing 1,000,000 129,000
A little bit
potatoes
more,
per
but
day.
it's still a lot.
Unfortunately, Squid's army
No, but
wasn't
like
slacking up either,
the
and 2
coins
weeks
is
later,
what's
he
crazy.
too had the strongest
Like,
theoretical potato farm. Now
the
the only way
coin
for him to
amount
catch
is
up would be to
so
farm
crazy
potatoes by
that
hand, and he
I
has
don't know
already
how he
started. I
produces
spent 10 hours
all
constructing
the
a
gold
gigantic potato farm covering over
to pay for that.
21,000 blocks. My farm is finally
Holy
complete, and
crap!
it only takes 85 minutes to replant. I made an AFK machine on my island so planted potatoes would keep growing even when I wasn't online. For a few days in January, there was a bug affecting a lot of farming minions. Potato minions were only making 33% the potatoes they were supposed to. Like any normal person, I immediately asked myself, how can I use this information to destroy my enemies? Hey, Squid, notice anything about your minions lately? Yeah?
They're weak.
I farmed
Island
potatoes for
disallows
so
guess.
long that I began to question my sanity. I knew it was bad when one time, after finishing planting potatoes, I took a nap, and when I woke up I had no idea how long I'd been asleep, but when I checked my farm, I instantly knew, these potatoes have been growing for 3.5 hours. Shut up, I don't have a problem. Overall, Squid ended up farming over 1 million potatoes by hand. In that same time, I farmed over 5 million. I had to replant this entire field 19 times. Every day I monitored Squid's live streams on Twitch to the point where I amassed 9,000 channel points. I made sure to farm potatoes whenever he was live to demoralize him.
Is he really planting potatoes too? We're gonna go check. This dude has a mental illness.
As time went on, you could begin to hear the hope
This guy has a
raining
mental
from his
illness.
voice.
Well, he wants to be
I can't
number
believe
one.
How much he's farming. We need Minecraft Mondays to come back.
At this point, I was pretty confident in winning the potato war, but the problem is I had no idea how large my lead was. I can see my own potato count and what rank I am, but Squid has disabled the API setting that allows other people to see exactly how many potatoes he's at. Little does he know I have spent the last 4 months meticulously updating a spreadsheet of our potato counts, which I did by crawling through his farm and timing each of his minions with the stopwatch every day to calculate his exact potato output. Based on the math, I should be about 22 million potatoes ahead, which would take over 200 hours of farming by hand to catch up. At that point, I thought the potato war was truly over. But everything changed with the pet update. The first change is that flycatchers got buffed to plus 20%, instantly increasing my potato farm's yield to 1,231,000 potatoes per day. Of course, the main part of the pet update was the pets themselves. I immediately started looking for a pet that would help me win the war. Unfortunately, none of the pets seemed geared towards potato farming. The best option I could find was the rabbit pet, which gave a small boost to your farming experience. A higher farming level gives you a small chance to get extra potatoes when you farm them by hand, so I figured the rabbit pet would probably help me farm potatoes, maybe 1% faster. It could be epic at worst, but we want legendary, please.
Nice.
It turned out rabbit pets had a secret third ability that only legendary variants had, which increased the speed of farming minions by up to 30%. And Squid had no idea it existed. I had to level up my rabbit as fast as possible, and since pet experience is based on skill experience, I decided to grind alchemy.
Okay,
See,
alchemy
is the rich man's skill.
Go plant some
if you have the
potatoes,
money to burn on expensive ingredients, you can level up insanely quickly. And this was almost 2 months after I'd finished spending all my money on flycatchers. I had money to burn. I spent so many hours brewing potions that I ended up ranked 4 globally in alchemy. You want to know what level my rabbit is today? 96. It's not even max. This experience requirement is ridiculous. And in this
is it 100 that has to get to, or what's the max level?
It wasn't until 4 days after the update that he learned about the legendary rabbit and got one of his own. But it was too late. His pet sucks. It's level like 65 or something. Thanks to the rabbit pet, my minions
he's
now
close to
produce
100.
1,586,000 potatoes per day.
That's like 300 more.
Exactly what my potato lead is right now.
That's like
the
way
rabbit
more.
Pet only works when you're online, but the pet update has definitely pushed it to at least 25 million. Since the war began, I have farmed 158 million potatoes, which
still
in
number
hot
one.
Potato books is over 6,000. I ain't losing this spot. One last thing I'd like to mention. While I was stalking Squid on my alt, the entire lobby was just piling on him in the chat. They were just hating on him. You see, after the first Potato War video, Squid got 40,000 subscribers in the YouTube rank, and ever since then he's been getting hate because, oh my god, he just got YouTube rank because of Technoblade, it's all luck, he sucks. I just like to take a moment to defend Squid Kid and say it's not all luck. I mean, luck was obviously a big factor, nobody's denying that, but the thing is, most opportunities are created by luck. It takes skill to grasp those opportunities. opportunities and turn it into success. The original Potato War video would have been so much less funny if Squid wasn't #1 and it was just some random boring guy. Now, I talked to Squid afterwards. He's an adult. He doesn't care at all, but I care, all right? So if you see Squid
He's
in
like,
the
I
lobby,
want to be #1.
say something
I want
nice
to
to
be.
him. Compliment his hair or something. Because he's been dealing with cringe hate for too long, man. We gotta help him.
Cringe
That being
hate?
said, if Squid Kid
Yeesh.
thinks he can take my potato rank, he'd better go farm for 1,000,000 years. It ain't happening, dude. You think I've been insane in this video? Wrong. There's actually so many techniques and strategies that I can't even put in this video because he hasn't discovered them yet. I'm keeping them in reserve. You have
Yeah,
no
'cause if
idea.
he
This man's been playing
say it,
checkers while I've been
he's gonna
farming
use it.
potatoes. He's through.
And this is the finale. But obviously, like, yeah, like he basically gave some strategies that he gave or that he did in the first video, and obviously, like, how he contradicted himself when he made the second part, saying that, oh, um, you never give your great techniques and say it out loud, because then the person that you took the rank is probably gonna get an idea and is gonna be like, oh yeah, I'm definitely gonna steal his idea, and I'm gonna defeat and take down his throne and become #1 once again. And obviously, like, Skyblock is like, nope, nope. Like, I'm learning other things, and I have more techniques that I'm keeping to myself, and not revealing it out to the crowd to indicate this is how I became #1 in this potato war between you. And obviously, like, that's a lot of potatoes. And obviously, like, does this Skyblock, like, mod get, like, more updates, like, weekly, monthly? Because, like, knowing that how Technoblade was, like, saying that a lot of changes happen during, like, an update, like, one of the updates that he was, like, talking about, which was, like, the pet one, that if you get, like, a specific pet, it could be good for whatever kind of, like, area that you do, which he was farming the potatoes, and the only animal that he could have gotten was the rabbit, and it had to be legendary, so it could, like, help him out more with potato and collecting. And obviously, like, he did get that, but also Squid Kid saw what he was doing and did the same thing, but, like, it was the constant grind between both. But Technoblade's huge, and I say huge, plot of land of potato farming was crazy. And I don't know if in this finale is gonna showcase an even wider range of plot of land where it's just a bunch of potatoes, or I don't know what to expect for this finale that is showcasing right here, but that will be for another time. Obviously, I'm gonna keep it into the suspense of me literally saying, well, how is he gonna do it, and how is he gonna become #1 and stay #1 for a long time, so that Squid Kid doesn't ever take his throne? Who knows? The suspense will kill me for we'll say in a week, possibly like next week. I'll come back to this to finish off the finale of the Great Potato War with Technoblade and Squid Kid. But like I said, that'll be it for this video. So leave a comment of how did you feel about this video, and if you've seen Technoblade, like, what is, like, one of your favorite moments about him and of his channel. And, like, obviously, like, this is a very interesting little series that I got introduced, and shout out again to Shanna for the recommendation of watching this and seeing how he became from low rank in potatoes to literally becoming #1 and trying his best to remain #1 throughout this whole storyline for him. This is his potato war arc against Squid Kid. But yeah. But stay tuned for more memes, skits, reactions, discussions like this and other ones. Subscribe to the channel, subscribe to the gaming channel that I have, and check it out. Give this video a thumbs up, share, comment. You know what to do, and I'll see you all in the next one. Alright? Laters.